What's happening, guys? Sammy Geek back here with another video. Today we're going to do round 2 gloves off style for the Samsung Fold and the Samsung Note 10 coming out. So have you guys heard today? There's some latest and greatest news around the Fold. Apparently there's some emails going out. If you've been on the reservation list through Samsung for the Samsung Fold, apparently there's some emails going out today that are sharing that there's been an update to the Fold. There's been a couple of changes made, and that the Fold is going to be released in September. So that is very interesting because the Note 10 is due for release in September as well. So if you've been following my videos, you guys know that I've been a super fan of the Samsung Fold. Well, I'm also a Samsung fan, period. So anything revolving around an S series, a Note, or especially innovation like the Fold, I'm very interested in. So this is round 2. If you guys saw round 1, there was a little bit less information out there. Round 2 gives us a lot more information. So here are my thoughts. Number 1, I feel like the Samsung Fold, if it's going to come out now, is probably going to be a little bit behind the times, right? Because technology these days, it really only lasts about 6 months. That's the shelf life. If you think about the last S series that you bought or the last Note that you bought, it's usually about every 6 months that we're seeing the latest and greatest phones, especially with Samsung's rotation. So you know, of course, Samsung will launch the Note 10, well, and now we know the Fold in September. So about 6 months later, usually in the springtime, we're gonna see the S11, which most people, if you're a Samsung fan or you have to have the latest and greatest, you're gonna go out and buy 6 months later the next latest and greatest phone. Now you're looking at better cameras, you're looking at better battery life, you're looking at faster charging. It could be less screen to body ratio, whatever it might be, right? So you're gonna go out and get the latest and greatest. But so with that said, you've got 2 phones that are gonna be neck and neck coming out in September. So what would be the right choice, right? You've got, on one hand, you've got the Fold, on the other hand, you've got the Note. By the way, when I talk about the Note 10, I'm talking about the Note 10 Plus, because most people watching this video, they're probably going for more the flagship. That's gonna be the flagship, right? So, which by the way, a little sneak peek video, I'm gonna be doing a case review for the Note 10 Plus. I'm gonna be comparing it just about case for case compared to the S10 Plus. So I will be showing very similar cases with both phones, so you'll actually get a real life kind of comparison of what the size is going to feel like anyway. That'll be coming soon. So with the Fold, I've always been the biggest fan of the Fold. I've always wanted the Fold. I thought it was going to be like the latest, greatest premium, but with the gloves off style, like I said, that would have been with one key difference. That would be if the Samsung Fold were to launch when it was supposed to launch, because then we would have had an opportunity to use the Fold, experience it, see if there's drawbacks to the phone, and then I would have upgraded to the Note 10, having some experience with the Fold, and I would have used the Note 10, and then I could make a decision. Do I like the Fold or do I like the Note 10? Which one do I like better? There's been a huge reservation for me the whole time with the Samsung Fold, and that's been the waterproofing. I said that since day one, actually well before the device came out, when we knew it wasn't going to be waterproof. So lo and behold, that waterproofing actually led to something worse, and that was getting dust behind the screen and the screen's basically not working any longer, right? So my suspicion was brought to realization when everybody then had to collect and send back their Samsung Folds. So it sounds like they fixed that issue a little bit, but the waterproofing is still not there. But now, with the information we have something that is completely different, right? So on one hand, you've got the Fold, you've got the Note 10 Plus on the other hand. Consider this. Okay, first of all, the battery size. The battery size on the Note 10 Plus is gonna be 4,300 milliamp hours, right? Well, on the Fold, which they were saying the battery life was great, is gonna be 4,380. So we're talking about an 80 difference between the 2 phones, right? 4,300 versus 4,380. Now look at the screen size. Consider this. Before this was a big factor. because you were comparing basically the S10 Plus to the Fold at one point. That was kind of the two premium phones, right? So now consider 6.75 inch screen, or practically 6.8 on the Note 10 Plus, compared to 7.3 of the foldable phone. However, you're still working with that tiny little screen on the front, right? So there's a little bit, what is going to be the best case scenario? Now, here's the way I'm looking at this for the battle, for the win, coming in for the win. So two things. One is how compact is the phone, right? And number two, it is the screen size, the ratio, okay? So if you look at the 6.75, that's gonna be a 16.9 ratio basically, right? Versus like 4.3 for the 7.3 inch screen. So if you are a media consumer and you watch a lot of videos and you do a lot of things and look at a lot of YouTube, what screen's better for you? I can't answer that, but for me, I feel like the 16.9 is probably gonna give you a little bit more usable screen, but there's a huge but to that, and that's that you're not gonna be able to fold it down into a more compact size. Because so far, and we're gonna be able to tell in my next video that we're gonna be able to get a little hands-on at least and see what this thing's gonna feel like. But right now, this is gonna be a monstrosity phone, the Note 10 Plus. It's gonna be a big phone. So unless you are used to a really big phone, or you have larger hands, then maybe you would prefer the Note 10 Plus versus the Fold. But the Fold, if you have smaller hands, is going to fit much better in the hand. So there's a little bit of a, I guess you could consider that a tie, depending on what you prefer. Now back to the waterproofing. The Note 10 Plus is obviously going to be the latest and greatest phone. It's going to be dust, water resistant, probably have great Gorilla Glass screen to it. The Samsung Fold has a plastic screen, which probably scratches a lot easier than the higher end Gorilla Glass. And it is definitely not waterproof in any way, shape, or form. So to me, I think that is I'm gonna say a TKO, right? That takes the Samsung Fold down kind of at the knees because there's no waterproofing. It can scratch easy. It's very delicate versus the Note 10, which we know is gonna be a pretty rock solid, durable phone. Then I think the final knockout blow between the two phones, this is for me the killer feature, especially comparing the battery sizes, which I mentioned earlier, 4300 versus 4380, okay? Now consider this factor. When you throw in the up to 45 watt charge, the 45 watt speed charge of the Note 10, the Note 10 Plus, I want to stand corrected, that is the knockout blow of knockout blows. So I think we can officially say that the Note 10 Plus is going to win this competition. It wins the match pretty clear, hands down. However, I think everybody that's a Samsung fan is going to want to get their hands on that cool foldable technology. But compared to the Note 10 Plus, I'm sorry, but I feel like it's gimmicky. Normally I would never say that because I'm the biggest fan of the Samsung Fold. I'm a huge fan of the innovation, but because it didn't come out when it should have, I think that Samsung missed the boat on that opportunity. I think they missed their time window of being able to sell that phone. And I'm gonna say with the S Pen and the whole feature setup that's coming with the Note 10, the squareness, the professional look to it, I think it just has too many things going for it. I can't see people going out and saying, hey, I'm gonna put my money into a Samsung Fold. Not only that, but $2,000 into a Samsung Fold, where potentially I could, for $500 or $600 or $700 less, I could get the latest and greatest Note 10 Plus. So that's what it is, guys. Keep an eye on my video here on my channels. I'm going to be putting out some pretty cool Tesla videos soon. If you guys haven't seen it, check out my other video. I did a little sneak peek of my brand new Model X Tesla. It's a super awesome car. It's like driving a laptop and mix in a little Swiss Army knife, and that's what you have. So I'm excited to record upcoming video. Please watch it, subscribe. You guys are gonna see me do a comparison between the Note 10 Plus case and versus a S10 Plus case. And they're both gonna be very similar cases, so you guys will actually see up front and close, what is the difference? What does it feel like? What is the size difference? You probably, hopefully, because it's of the style of the case I ordered, you'll see the nice curvature, the squared off look and so forth. So enjoy, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out. This has been the competition between Samsung Fold versus Note 10. We think that Note 10 takes the Fold for the knockout. Peace out, guys. Thank you.